Okay, here we go. So we're going to make little Nero's pizza boxes for our Home Alone themed Christmas tree as our first day. I did start talking through this video as I was making it. However, I tend to waffle on. So we're scrapping that. I'm just going to talk through. So this first design we have, I've made two options for you. It's a little bit smaller than the grazing boxes I have available. The first one is 3/4 the size, but then I've also made some miniature ones, just in case you have a smaller tree and just need a different scale. Jumping over to the cardstock, I used a 500 to 600 GSM card. This is what I used for the grazing boxes. Mostly because that's what we had on hand. I also wanted to make sure it was going to hold up to actually hold the pizzas. You can go lighter if you were going to do these for the Christmas tree, just because they don't have to hold anything. But this is what I'm just going to go ahead with. We're going to run this through the printer. Now, just to note, make sure you run it through the back of the printer, so hopefully it doesn't jam. Just like that, run one through at a time. Now, of course, what happens when you go to film something is you can't find anything. So technically, you should be using an X-Acto knife to cut these out nice and neatly with a nice metal ruler. However, I can't find mine in the house, so we're going to go with scissors and cut that out. However, when it comes time to cut where the folds are, I'm actually using a blunt knife and just using a metal ruler just to score that, which works really quite nicely because you don't want to cut through, but you need just enough to kind of dent the card. That way it makes it easier to fold and it'll make a nice sharp edge. The design's done, so it's black lines for cutting, and then I have a very light line, so when you fold it, you really can't see that once the card is folded, but those are the lines that you're going to want to follow. And then you're going to fold this up just to make sure those all match up nice and neatly. Then you're going to grab your double-sided tape, stick those together. Now at this point I did realize I am going to have to attach this to the tree, and popped into my workshop to see what random stuff I had. If you have a hole punch, definitely recommend using that. Again, one of the things I couldn't find in my workshop, so sharp scissors, just poking that through and just giving that a twirl. That was enough where it didn't completely tear the card. I was able to find these scrapbooking eyelets. I am going to have to circle back around to this craft. You are supposed to have a specialized tool, hence why you can see the hammer in the corner. You're supposed to have like a little specialized tool, and then you just use the hammer just to kind of smack that eyelet down, and then it kind of folds, and that's just going to keep your edges of the card from tearing. However, that has had to make do. Grabbing some ribbon, weaving that through so that'll tie to hold onto the tree. I've used some more tape just to keep that together. You're going to see me slide that knife in. Again, it's blunt, but really it's just so I had something to press from the inside out, just to make sure that tape actually gripped to the card. And then with that, it's really that simple. It really only took me maybe 20 minutes, mostly because I was mucking around trying to find all my bits and pieces. If you actually have your things in place and have your template printed ready to go, it's only going to take a few minutes to chop this together, and then you can pop that onto your Christmas tree just like that.